Hey witches, it's Taya, and today I wanted to talk to you about one of my favorite tools, which is my Pentacle. And to start out with, I guess we need to sort of define what's a pentacle. So a pentagram is a 5-pointed star. A pentacle is a 5-pointed star within a circle. So this is a pentacle when it's got the circle around it, okay? Now, it's an old symbol. Pentacles have been around for a very, very long time. They showed up in Sumerian cuneiform writing at 4000 BC. So that's about 6,000 years ago. We're seeing pentacles in the written record. Now, today what I want to talk about is the actual physical tool, the pentacle. So not the symbol, but the tool. Typically, it's a dish or a flat plate that's placed on an altar. And typically it has a pentacle symbol painted, etched, carved onto it, right? You can also, though, find pentacles, the tool, with, like the Golden Dawn uses a hexagram inscribed in a circle, like a Star of David in a circle. Other occult traditions use pentacles with different seals of Solomon on them. So it's almost like a pentacle that has a specific planetary association. So you can have a pentacle that doesn't actually have a pentacle on it. But typically, though, you're going to find it with a pentacle on it. You can see mine over here sitting on my altar, right? Now, typically you're going to find this in witchcraft. Generally in witchcraft, people will have that tool, the pentacle. Specifically in Wicca, they use a pentacle. That's one of their prescribed tools. You'll also find it in high magic and like various occult practices. So not necessarily witchcraft, but high magic occult. And they're typically placed in the center of your altar. And what are they used for? They are a symbol of balance and unification of the 5 elements. So when you look at that pentacle, sorry, I'm having a hard time saying it. When you look at a pentacle, at the top you've typically got spirit, which is a little, almost like a little Star of David. And that is represented usually at the top. You've got the element of air, the element of water, earth, and fire. And as they correspond to different directions, they also correspond to different points on your pentacle. Or on a pentagram as well, right? You don't necessarily have to have the circle. They would still kind of count as those elemental associations. So it's a symbol of the balance or the unification of those 5 symbols, or the 5 elements. In some traditions, the pentacle itself as a tool is a symbol of the earth. If you look in the tarot, pentacles are earth. It can be, as a tool, it can be used as a focal point for meditations, for spells, for rituals. Some people see it as a sign of protection, right? Think of it like grounding all the sort of straight energy in the room, kind of get grounded into your pentacle. In some traditions, it is seen as a connection to spirit, almost like, think of it like creating an umbilical cord to the other worlds through your pentacle. And really, I think the one thing that it's kind of almost universally used for is to hold items that are going to be consecrated, blessed, or charged. So you could put your tools on it to get them ready to go. You could put your spell ingredients. I'll typically like put all my spell ingredients out and let them sit sort of 24 hours on my pentacle to get them sort of charged and ready to go for a spell. You can put ritual food or drink on it so that when, right, when you go to do your huzel or your cakes and ale, right, it's been charged and blessed on your pentacle. So there's a lot of different things that you can use it for. And I want to show you mine. I made this myself. So mine's is not round. It is actually on a square tile. I went down to like Home Depot and got myself it's stone though, it's slate stone. And I brought it home and I painted on a pentacle. And it's not sealed. So you can see where it's kind of starting the ink has sort of run into the different, it makes it look a little weathered where it runs into the different texture of the stone. It's got like candle wax on it. It's very well used and very well loved. And it's where I use it to like charge, bless, consecrate. I use it as a working area when I'm at my altar. And I'd like to add more symbology to it. I'd like to add, you know, the elements and the spirit symbols, and I'm not sure there's other sort of different kinds of symbols and stuff you can add. So I'm still, you know, looking into that. I created this over 20 years ago. So it's a very long work in progress. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite tools. It makes me feel the most witchy when I have this altar here, sitting here with this big pentacle right in the middle. It just, right, it draws your eye and it just makes me feel extra witchy. So that is one of my favorite tools, is my pentacle. What's your favorite tool? Leave me a comment. Do you have a pentacle? What do you use it for? There are probably other uses, other symbology things that I've missed. So yeah, shout it out in the comments. Let me know what you use yours for, what your symbolism stands for. I'd love to hear about it. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.